Hello and welcome to another video. Let's talk WireShark. Today in this video we're gonna look at something called TCP SYN, also commonly known as a stealth scan, because it resembles a normal connection scan. However, it is not a full connection scan, which is S capitalized T. We're gonna do something called S capitalized S, which is called a TCP SYN scan. So it's only going to send the synchronization message and see the response from the server. So I've already prepared a virtual machine here. Let me see if we can pull it in. Today's example, it goes fine. What I'm going to do is called NMAP on the console here. I'm going to add the SS, capitalized S at the end, small s, so a SYN scan on port 80. And the machine 128 is the host, which is Linux Kali. It's hosting a web server on port 80. I'm restricting this scan to only port 80 because we only need to see one port. No need to spam a lot. Well, we can just add on one, let's say 23 for example. And then that should be a telnet. Okay, so what we're going to do now is basically go ahead and connect to the ETH0 card in our packet capture. There we go. I'm going to start the attack, and I need sudo privileges. There we go. And it's done. Alright, so I think we should just turn off the capture now and basically say it should be an ANDed condition. So we are receiving the one only scan here, which is the very first package. It is a package from the attack machine, which is sitting on 130, to the server, which is 128, a TCP protocol package. It's gonna be sent to port 80, and that is being responded right here with a SYN ACK from the server, because we are sending a synchronization message. So the server will acknowledge that just by default, because that is how the TCP protocol works, and send a SYN ACK back. And then what we're gonna do right after is just say reset. So we're not even we're not even doing anything. We're just saying, oh, doesn't matter, close the connection. There's also sent a synchronization message to port 23. Well, that is obviously closed because I have no port 23 open. Let me see if I can show. I cannot. How do I make this the overlay? There we go. So as you can see, this also tells me that the IP address of, after running this command here, which is of course the stealth scan, I'm only seeing port 23 as closed telnet and 80 as open HTTP. So that's it really. Alright, so that synchronization message sent to the server is directly responded back to the attack machine that this is a reset ACK, which basically means it resolved to that the port is closed. Now, depending on how many ports you would have to scan for, you would have more package, yin-yangs like this with a SYN and a REST ACK that's going to say, oh, it's closed. But depending on how many open ports you would have a SYN, and then the SYN ACK is back to the attacker, and then it's going to be directly closed afterwards by the attacker, because we don't really need the connection. That is called a SYN stealth scan. And this particular small traffic size is very small. There's nothing wrong with this kind of traffic. It's not illegal to say reset to a connection, but at the end of the day, this is a scan, and the ethics of it is that you're doing it to enumerate a network, and that is ethically not okay. It is, well, depending on where you're from in the world, a port scan is either legal or illegal. I think in England it's something like, you made the server to react, hereby you can be sentenced by law because you make it react. Basically, that's a weird thing, but it's how it goes. So just to show how it looks like if we were to add on more ports, so 23, 22, 21, 9,000. Then we're just gonna run that, and we still see the same answer here. We see that FTP 21, SSH 22, Telnet 23, and CS listener, no idea. Is it Counter-Strike? They're all closed. That's the state of it. But the HTTP is open because we have a web server running on the machine. In traffic, it just looked like this. We have some synchronization messages there. It's being reset there. We have another one there. No, sorry. We have it's a port 81, so synchronization, and we get the only legit package back from the server is, well, not legit, but the attempt to create a connection is SYNAC right there, and the rest of it is basically just well, the next 4 ones is just rest ACKs, which is basically saying the port closed, and the last one here is a reset from the attacker after the SYNAC is sent from the server to the attacker. This is how it would look. If it would be a normal picture, like normal traffic and all that, you would probably see a bunch of other packages that would, you know, be in between. So you need to identify these kind of weird messages. So that is particularly difficult to do. There are some intrusion detection systems that could probably do it by analyzing the traffic in some way. But if just one package is sent, if just one package is sent, is it really possible to detect it? You know, sure it is, but the question is, can you say that was an actual scan? And you would need to analyze the traffic and isolate the IP addresses to basically see what is going on. So that is really how it should go. So I really hope you liked this video and you learned something about WireShark and NMAP scans and how to look in WireShark, the traffic analysis and all that good stuff. If you did so, please consider subscribing and leave a comment below. Until next time, just gonna have a nice day and see you again out there.